Hello guys, so we're back, right? So today we'll be talking about correction. So just a quick recap from the last video we had. So it was about indication, right? That was the last video. Go back and watch it if you didn't get to know what indication is, right? So basically watch this whole video. I'm explaining what an indication is, right? So from that, after indication, let me just explain what an indication is. Okay, so an indication, right? Let's say the market it's making high highs and higher lows, right? So an indication is just the break of a previous high which was made in the market, like here. This is an indication, right? A break above this previous resistance point. So this move above, and the candle should close above this resistance level, right, for us to have an indication to the upside, right? This is called a bullish indication, right? Let me show you the bearish indication. Create a low in the market, then a break of that low. It's called a bearish indication, right? A break below this low, this whole move and closes about below the previous support level, which is marked from the previous low. It's called our bearish indication, right? Bearish indication. So this move below here is bearish indication, right? That's all you need to know about indication. So after indication, we'll be moving on to correction. That's what you have to know, right? After indication, let me write ICC here. So let me mark here, let me color it green, right? So after indication, what happens? If you know how the market moves from the market structure we learned in the first episode, right? The market moves, let's say it's an uptrend, right? An uptrend is higher highs and higher lows, right? So what happens in an uptrend? You can see there are continuous breaking of highs in the market and continuously making higher lows in the market. So that's an uptrend, right? So a break from here, this is an uptrend. So this is a break of our previous high, creating an indication here. Here is an indication. This is the indication, and after we get this indication, right, what happens next? The market will try to make L. You will definitely make a higher low if you are in an uptrend, right? So this move back here, down here, let me mark it. This move down here, so let me make it a different color, red. So you see this move here, we had our indication, market closing above this previous high. Then our correction is the counter trend that corrects. So what you have to know is that after every indication, right, after every indication happens in the market has to correct, right? You can just go up and continue moving up like crazy like this, sometimes it does it, but it has to correct somewhere somehow it has to make a correction. What that correction does is, if you check in the indication, it will be following the major trend, right? The uptrend. Then the correction, it's a counter trend, right? It's moving in the opposite direction. That's how you know the correction is started, right? From here the market will be making lower lows and lower highs, right? Correcting back inside this zone, right? So after every indication, you should know that the market has to correct back inside this level below this high, right? Back inside here, it has to correct, right? So it's gonna make a move down here, correcting, taking all of this liquidity right here. Those people were FOMO, right? World FOMO in, right? The greedy people, right? There'll be a lot of people will be trying to jump in from here. You'll be seeing, oh, the market is buying, right? Let's open. People will be trying to buy from here. So what we do here, we don't enter the first move, right? We want to target a move after the correction, right? So what happens here after indication, right? The market will correct back inside here. That's what you have to know. So these two moves you have to look out for in the market, right? You don't trade these moves. You want to catch the move in the continuation. So basically I'm going to show you how you can how you can see or identify the correction when the correction is started in the market, right? Let me show you how you can identify this move. So what you have to take away from this, right? The market makes an indication. After every indication, it corrects. What happens on correction? Correction is collecting liquidity from all of the buy side, those who are buying from here through the indication. Market corrects, hitting all of the stop losses. So the correction happens. Usually the correction extends below here into the zone below the high, previous high, right, from the resistance level, corrects all the way inside here, collecting all the liquidity, right? Yeah, that's how you identify a correction in an uptrend, right? What happens, okay, in a downtrend? So let me show you what's happening here. Okay, let's just do it from here. What's happening? Okay, let's just go from here. So in a downtrend, right, downtrend, it's basically the opposite of what happens in an uptrend, right? Let me show you. Let me try to see if I can invert this. Shift I, no, out, yeah. So basically in a downtrend, right, in a downtrend, let me remove this, right? In a downtrend, right, you see a break of this low right here. This is our indication. after this indication, what do you expect to do? What the market is to correct, right? It will shift structure from here to here inside, to be making lower lows and lower highs. Then when you start to see the market making higher highs and higher lows, to be correcting, so we expect it to come back inside this zone, right? And that's when we will expect our correction to end, right? So after every indication, the market is to come back inside this one, inside this black line, trend line, which I might here. So that's how you see correction on a downtrend, right? So let me show you how you can see this on the market. So let me just put the market right here. See, so let me show you. Yeah, this is USDJPY. So let me show you what I'm saying. Let me show you here. I should give you a perfect example, right? Like from here, right? See, the market made this high, right? Made this high from here. So this was our indication. This was an indication. The purple eclipse here, it's our indication. So you can see the indication gave us a push from here up to there, right? Our indication gave us a push all the way up here, right? This is where our indication ended, right? So you can see we broke this high. This was a high. So we broke above here. So what do you expect in the market? Just to make another higher high, since it's coming from this higher low. What happens after a higher low? The market is to make a higher high, right? Goes up here, makes a higher high. So what happens after every indication? The market has to correct, right? So what we have to do right now is, how do we see if the correction is started, right? You see, I'm on a daily time frame, right? I'll go onto the 4 hour, right? Where's the move? Right here. What can you see from here? Indication, right? This whole move was our indication, since we're using the higher time frame, right? If we scale down to a lower time frame, like the 4 hour, that's how we can see the end of an indication, right? So this was our indication. From here, the market bought up to here, right? So in order to see the end of an indication, right, the market is to shift structure. Okay, so from here you can see the market was making from the place where we got our indication from. It was making higher highs, you can see, and higher lows. It was trending upwards, you can see that, right? The market was making higher highs and higher lows. I want to see this, make it 3 pixels, right? So it was doing an uptrend, right, since it was an indication from our higher time frame, right? So after that, the market came here. You can see the market came here, failed to break this high. See, it came here, made a lower high, a higher low, but failed to break this previous high. So what happened next? So the market shifted structure from here. You see, this higher low was broken. It made a lower low, right? So from here, the market is now correcting. From here, the market is now correcting, right? You can see the market is making lower lows and lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. You can see that, right? It's now correcting. So after that, you can see that the correction came back inside here, our level here, from where we broke out, where we got our indication from here, where we got our indication from, right? You can see it broke out from here, and after this indication, after this correction, the market what came back inside here. That's how you spot the end of an indication, right? The indication usually ends back inside here, inside our zone, up the correction, sorry. Then after the correction, we'll be looking for continuation. So we'll cover the continuation part and the full ICC strategy, or I'll be explaining all of the concepts combined, ICC, indication, correction, and continuation, in the next video. So from this video, I was just explaining how you can see the correction after the indication, right? The market is to make an indication, do a correction. So in the next video, we'll be looking how you can spot the continuation move right here, how you can enter the continuation move. That's where you have to enter your trades. I'll be talking more on entries in the next video, explaining how you can enter into the market after the correction, after the indication correction. Then you can enter on the continuation move, because we want to target the market from the bottom going up to the top if you are buying, and if you are selling, we want to target from the top, targeting it to go to the bottom, right? That's how it goes in ICC. So I'll be explaining these concepts in the next video in full. So let me just show you another example. Let me show you a bearish example. Let me go on something like Bitcoin, right? So lately Bitcoin has been selling, so I just want to show you something. I want to show you something on Bitcoin, right? Go on the 4-hour time frame, right? Yeah, the 4-hour. So I want to show you how you can identify correction. So from here, you can see the market has made a high. It made a high here, but instead of making a higher low and breaking this high, what happened in the market? It broke the previous low, right? What happened here? It gave us an indication, right? You can see this indication right here. This indication, right? You can see there was a low here and the high was made, and there was a break of this low, indicating that the market wants to push to the downside, right? Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. So you can see it closely, right? So you can see here the market made a high, it pushed up. Let me show you. from here. The market was bullish, right? You can see high low, high high, high low. You can see the market made a lower high. Yeah, it failed to break this level, right? So what happened next? It made a lower low, breaking this previous low. So this was our point of interest, right? As you can see, to broke this support level, making an indication here. So this was our indication. Indication, right? I hope you can see this, guys. May increase the size. So this was our indication. What happens after our indication, right? The market has to correct back inside this level, right? Market has to correct after this indication. The market has to correct back inside. You see, after this indication, market, what happened? It started making high lows back inside here into our zone where it broke this level, making our correction. Okay, so after this indication, spotting this indication, and go on to the lower time frames, right? Let me show you. You can see after our indication, the correction then starts from here. Higher lows are being made, equal lows. So this is basically a high low because it didn't break this high low, right? So it's an equal low. So high low, high high, high low, and lower high. So this was our correction from here. The market pushed back inside this level, back inside our zone, showing that correction, the indication is ended, and the correction also is started. And in this zone, that's where we'll be looking for our continuation, right? We'll be talking that more on that in the next video. So that's all from this video. We'll see you next time. I'll be posting maybe tomorrow the last video. So that's what you can take out from here. So far we've learned indication and correction. So in the next video we'll be learning how you can get in the move at the continuation, right? So indication, correction. On the next video we'll be talking about entries and continuation. So that's it from this video. So don't forget to like, guys. Go and watch the previous video on my channel. Yeah, the previous video on indication, this video is on correction, continuation. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video too, on how you're managing to learn ICC, and share to your friends also so they can watch this video too. So thank you. Have a good day.